What's causing so much concern among investors? Investors are wondering if Tesla CEO Elon Musk will utilize his stake in the company to help fund the $44 billion deal. As the electric vehicle market becomes more competitive, Tesla's participation with Twitter from CEO Elon Musk is yet another distraction for the company. Welcome to our channel once again. Today we are discussing how Elon Musk bought Twitter, and Tesla stocks are down. In recent weeks, Tesla shares have fallen by 26% from a record high in late January to Friday's closing price. However, at least one analyst believes that things will get much better in the near future. Kindly stay tuned to the end of this video, as we also project you to the Tesla forecast to come. Thanks. As the Nasdaq Composite Index fell about 4% on Tuesday, Tesla shares fell more than 12%. Apple, Amazon, Google, and Meta, the parent company of Facebook, all had their shares fall by more than 3%. Rivian and Lucid, two electric vehicle companies, saw their shares fall by 9.5% and 8.7% respectively on the day. Despite Twitter's board's approval of a $44 billion purchase by Tesla's CEO Elon Musk, the company's stock has fallen by a significant amount. In addition to $12.5 billion in Tesla stock loans, Musk has obtained $25.5 billion in fully committed debt, including $12.5 billion in loans. The proposal includes an additional $21 billion in equity as part of the transaction. As the richest person globally, Musk's fortune is primarily locked up in Tesla shares, which means he'll likely have to borrow against that stock to pay for the deal. A potential distraction from controlling a platform like Twitter may also be a problem for Tesla investors. Musk appears to want a lot of say in how things are conducted at Tesla, which might put him under a lot of pressure. Tesla, Twitter, and SpaceX would all be under Musk's control if the purchase went through. He also owns The Boring Company and Neuralink, two other smaller businesses. The escalating cost of raw materials for batteries and the COVID limits in Shanghai are putting pressure on automakers, including Tesla. Electric vehicle revenue jumped 87% to $16.86 billion in the first quarter of 2022. Still, Tesla lost nearly a month of build volume in Shanghai due to COVID shutdowns, the firm stated on April 20 in his earnings report. In the first 3 months of 2022, Tesla generated almost $4.65 billion in China. Tesla's revenue now comes from the Chinese market at a rate of 24.8%. Furthermore, Tesla has begun shipping automobiles from China to other parts of Asia and Europe, while it just established a new factory in Austin, Texas, and another in Brandenburg, Germany. The business is only now ramping up production at these two new facilities. The delivery times for most of our autos are fairly long, according to CFO Zach Kirkhorn. Vehicles delivered in Q1 often carried pricing set in earlier quarters and at levels lower than automobiles bought today. He said later that we're aiming to go back to full production as quickly as possible. Production is resuming at limited levels, he said. Shares of Tesla and Twitter have fallen as Elon Musk's legal problems have gotten worse. On the other hand, Tesla does not anticipate raising pricing anytime soon. The present prices are for a car delivered in the future, say 6 to 12 months from now, Musk added on the same phone call. In the wake of Elon Musk's $44 billion proposal to acquire Twitter, Tesla's stock has fallen this week. Musk's electric vehicle company has fared the worst of both, with his shares down nearly 16% this week to $728. Twitter's stock dropped 9.5% last week, ending at $45.08 on Thursday. The S&P 500, which is down 4.7% for the week, has taken a more significant fall than these two equities. Along with the general market gloom, investors have had to consider Musk's legal woes and the likelihood that his acquisition of Twitter may be a distraction from running the world's most valuable automobile manufacturer. By the Wall Street Journal, U.S. securities regulators are examining Musk for his delayed declaration that he had purchased more than 5% of the Twitter stock. More than 9% of the corporation is now owned by Musk. Musk's lawyer was left a note by the SEC, but no further comment was given. Several Twitter shareholders filed a complaint against Musk earlier this month, alleging that Musk's ownership in the company reached 5% on March 14, and that as a result, he has had to file disclosure forms with the SEC by March 24. The lawsuit claims that investors who sold Twitter stock in the roughly 2 weeks before Musk declared his position and drove up the price were harmed since Musk didn't have the mandatory disclosure until April 4. A federal judge in California on Wednesday gave a group of Tesla shareholders a huge victory by unsealing his finding that Musk fraudulently and recklessly tweeted in 2018 that he had financing secured to take Tesla private while the deal wasn't final. At the time, the tweets boasted Tesla's stock price. This implies that jurors in a shareholder case will know that the judge concluded that Musk's tweets were untrue before they begin deliberations. As of August 7, 2018, Musk had been in talks with the Saudi Public Investment Fund regarding financing the deal. Musk tweeted, "I'm considering taking Tesla private at $420. but Judge Edward Chin concluded that it wasn't final. Financing is in place. As far as money from the Public Investment Fund was concerned, Chin noted that there was nothing solid, and the conversations were plainly preliminary. It wasn't discussed how much a share of stock would cost. As far as the PIF's ownership stake or financial contribution was concerned, no decisions had been made. Chin stated in his ruling, "The assertions were at best imprecise and were provided in the word-constrained and informal setting of posts on Twitter." The lawyers for Tesla CEO Elon Musk wrote to Chin, arguing that they weren't aware of situations in which a judge has taken analogous matters out of a jury's hands. Musk's August 2018 tweets have already resulted in a criminal investigation. Securities fraud charges were brought against Musk in 2018 by the SEC. Musk and the corporation agreed to pay a $20 million fine and have a corporate counsel analyze any of his tweets that potentially have an impact on the firm's stock price. Musk is being investigated by the SEC for possible violations of that stipulation. Tesla CEO Elon Musk recently lost a legal challenge to a settlement agreement that he said violated his First Amendment rights. A share of Twitter has been trading at exactly $45.08 since Elon Musk made his $54.20 per share offer public on April 14. Despite the fact that Tesla CEO Elon Musk has secured financing for the deal, analysts believe this shows that investors are skeptical that it will go through. The stock price of Twitter has increased by 4.3% so far this year. Shares of Tesla, which are based in Austin, Texas, have fallen 26% since the April 14 offer, mostly because of concerns that CEO Elon Musk may grow sidetracked as Tesla expands its manufacturing facilities and deals with the supply chain challenges. The stock price has dropped by more than 30% so far this year. Analysts forecast that Tesla's stock will climb by 350% by the year 2025. In recent weeks, Tesla shares have fallen by 26% from a record high in late January to Friday's closing price. However, at least one analyst believes that things will get much better in the near future. According to ARK Invest, which Cathie Woods runs, Tesla shares will hit at least $3,000 by 2025, if not more. More than 350% from Friday's closing, and more than double ARK's own price objective of $1,400. More than 6% in midday trading on Monday, Tesla's TSLA stock was at a new high of $697. Analyst Tasha Keeney wrote in a note Friday that even in the worst-case scenario, ARK thinks Tesla shares have an absolute bottom of $1,500 in 2025 because of the firm's enhanced expectations about Tesla's capacity to efficiently manage its resources to finance its ambitious development goals. Kinney writes that ARK has revised its price objective substantially from last year. ARK is now taking into account the potential benefits Tesla may earn from selling insurance to its customers in various jurisdictions. According to Keeney, ARK now believes Tesla will be able to accomplish fully autonomous driving by 2025, and that a service like this would contribute $160 billion in yearly earnings by 2025. And Keeney also wrote about the robo-taxi, ride-hailing service that Musk has promised. But critics of Tesla were quick to point out that ARK's study didn't take into consideration the expense of the growth that it was forecasting for Tesla. It appears that ARK expects Tesla will have revenues of $300 billion or more in 2025, with no new debt, no equity issuance, said Gordon Johnson of GLJ Research, a frequent critic. The assumption in ARK's model should be thoroughly examined because everyone is talking about ARK's price objective. In our perspective, a possibly flawed, misinformed model emerges after a bit of investigation. There has been an increase in competition, which has put pressure on Tesla's stock. The like of Volkswagen, VLKPF, General Motors, GM, and Ford, F, have all launched new electric vehicle initiatives. Electric vehicle sales are dominated by Tesla. However, Volkswagen could soon overtake Tesla, with 500,000 vehicles produced in 2013. Tesla and Volkswagen are far ahead of GM, but the automaker has established a target of selling only zero-emission vehicles by 2035, and the new Ford Mustang Mach-E is beginning to eat into Tesla's U.S. market share. Many people, including some in ARK's own organization, believe that completely autonomous vehicles are still a long way off. Tesla's stock has been under pressure recently because of these worries. For the past 2 months, Tesla has been in a bear market, having lost 743% of its value since 2020. Despite the recent decrease, the company's market value is approximately equal to that of the 6 largest automakers globally, measured by sales of motor vehicles. If you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe for more content like this. And also, smash the bell icon so that you can be notified when we release a new video. Thank you.